a local digital agency here in Canberra, but for the last couple of years I've been working with Pia and others in the national group to make GovHack kind of cool for everybody and make sure that the event, as it's run over the 48 hours or so, runs smoothly. So over the last couple of years, we've evolved the hackerspace as a way to help facilitate that 48-hour period, and beyond that period to help the competition elements with the projects being assessed as well. So essentially what it does is, as individuals, as hackers, you register. The important thing to consider there is that as an online event space, the hackerspace is different to your Eventbrite registration, so don't assume that you've got an account with the hackerspace if you've registered with Eventbrite. And there's a couple of reasons for that as well, because you might be at a venue but part of a team that's sort of identifying with a different location for the competition purposes. As a hacker, you register. Registration is fairly simple. Then a team will also be required. So one of the hackers will register a team, put some details in, give it a name. That team will importantly be identified with a location if you want to participate for those local prizes, those local sort of event prizes. So you have to be in one location, not many, if you're physically doing your team that way. Then all of that is done. You work really, really hard for about 48 hours, or maybe cram it in and try and get it done a little bit quicker. At the end of the process, you do need to represent your project on the hackerspace. So you need to, that facilitates the competition elements. So last year, obviously, we had a profile page for individuals, hackers, a profile page for teams, and then a profile page for the projects themselves. The kinds of information that you'll be asked to put up there, one of the most important bits is the video, because it makes it consumable, what your project is. Sometimes these things can be quite technical if you just built an API. So the video is really important in communicating your project and its values and aims and such. Also, as another really important one, is the code. So it needs to be open source, so we'd be advising you upload it to somewhere like GitHub, you reference the URL. As part of the competition format, it gets audited and make sure that it is actually all open source and available. It's not just a stub. The projects / teams, of course, have to then align those projects with the competition or the prizes you're going for. So where prizes get broken down by, say, theme or by data set that you're working with, or by a local prize, it is needed that you will associate your project with those things, again, to facilitate the competition elements. So assessment for the competition will occur after the hack. You've got to get everything in there. That's essentially it. The location of the hackerspace is just hackerspace.govhack.org. The one that is up there at the moment is a time capsule. It's the 2003 post-event version, so you'll see the previous projects up there at the moment. That'll be refreshed with the new version in some period in the future, not too long, I hope. And that new version is just for reference based on OpenCivic, so a Drupal distribution. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel each year, but this year we're going with another platform to try and align with more global efforts around civic hacking and competition formats. So that's one thing I wanted to quickly talk about, and then the other thing is just going back to my role at Link Digital. So Link Digital as a sponsor, I get to spruik what we do a little bit. We do open data stuff amongst other things. So I'd say we talk about data first web design at the moment. Some of our clients include the Australian Red Cross. We did their centenary project recently. Department of Finance is a client because we host and manage data.gov.au using a technology called CCAN, which is entirely downloadable and you can play with it today. Just go to ccan.org. The other clients that we include are Department of Finance and Services in New South Wales. So we currently manage the primary data catalogue for the Department for New South Wales Government. And we've just won the contract to basically move forward with the Victorian Government as well. So they're the three primary. We've also got about, I think it's about a dozen now, global clients just through our Amazon Marketplace instance of CCAN. So if you want to essentially free CCAN in a box, you can go to one of the links that John had up, which is the aws.amazon.gov.com/government-education/open-data, and you'll find the CCAN delivered by Link Digital. So if you want to play with that, you can upload your own data, your own tabulated information, turn it into API using the Data Store plugin, and muck around and have lots of fun. That's it.